this race, and who's to know what else is to come for them.
On the restart,
he's one of the craftiest men in this business, as you know.
Ricky Rudd in first. Labonte is in second. Terry Labonte running in second. Ricky Rudd on the point as they go down. Harry Gant running in third. Whittington is in fourth, but Baker is breaking upside, trying to move through.
So our camera car now lying in second spot as they go round turn 2 to come down onto the back straight. Following Ricky Rudd, one of the youngest men in this race. He's only 24 years old, Rookie of the Year in 1977. And with a new, strong team, the Dygard team, which Darrell Waltrip left last year, this could be Ricky Rudd's best year yet. In fact,
number
better be his best
44.
year yet.
Terry Labonte of Corpus Christi, Texas. His dad got him started in racing. Let's go to Brock Yates.
Ken, I'm with Junior Johnson. He can talk now. Junior, have you got your problems sorted out now?
Well, we got just a little bit of oil leak somewhere or another that's dropping on the exhaust pipe. It's smoking a little bit, but it ain't leaking out underneath the car, so it's just a seep somewhere or another. We don't think it's no major problem with it.
Okay, thank you. Believe it or not, Ken, it's so loud down here, I couldn't hear a word he said, but I presume you know what he's talking about. Back to you.
They think they can get along with the problem. But right now, problems for Ricky Rudd as Terry Labonte in car number 44 moves in on his rear bumper.
And back into third spot goes car number 28. This is going to give us some sort of clue as to just how fast Bobby Allison's car really is, because he was back in sixth and he's already up to third, and it just depends how quick he can cover that gap.
Cale Yarborough away in the back of that flock as they come around to complete the 27th lap. Yarborough is running about 13th in that field. He'll have some going to do, the 1968-77 champion. And there you get a feeling for the tremendous speed these 3,700-pound racing cars are dealing with. Back they go in the back straightaway.
Terry Labonte drafting right behind Ricky Rudd as they go into turn 3. You haven't...
Earlier, we talked to Cale Yarborough in 27, as he has his work cut out for him, starting back in 29th position. Prior to the start of today's race, he talked about the frustration so far back.
I feel like I should be there, but I can't get there. You know, I'll say again, maybe things will work better during the race, but it's kind of disappointing to have to sit back. You don't like to sit there. You like to be up front, and of course, if things work good, that's where we'll go if at all possible.
Well, there you see number 27 going down out of the back second turn into the back straightaway. He is running in 12th position and attacking Benny Parsons for the 11th. Meanwhile, in front, there goes Bobby Allison down beneath Terry Labonte. He pulls up on 88 and takes a shot at him. Bobby Allison going back for the front position another time.
Well, that must be pretty discouraging, actually, for the others, because he really caught up very fast.
He's not by.
But you'll notice that he can run well very low. Everybody else is having to take the high line around here. Bobby Allison seems to be able to put that car where he wants, and Benny Parsons is drawn into the pits.
Number 15, the Bud Moore car, which won here for Bobby Allison, is now on pit road, and the Whittington car is on pit road. Let's go to Ned Jarrett.
Ken, one of the cars that started way back there with Cale Yarborough was Harry Gant, and before the caution, he was one of the fastest cars on the track. He's now in that battle for the 5th position out there. Bob Johnson, the crew chief on the car, is standing by. Bob, you must be pleased with the way that car was running out there.
Yeah, we're real happy today. We had our share of problems at the beginning of the week. Harry just said it was a little loose before this yellow, and I guess I tightened it a little too much, but we can straighten it out, I hope.
Is he saying that it's too tight now?
Yeah, a little bit.
And he's doing a good job of drafting, Ken, and Harry Gant has become a master at that technique.
A broken windshield on car number 93, Don Whittington. Put him on pit road, and he's just coming back on the track now. Whittington out of Florida as we work the 30th of 200 laps. And they're also reporting a windshield on car 1 is beginning to break. Buddy Baker has a hole in his windshield on car number 1. That will certainly disturb the aerodynamics on the Haas Ellington car.
Certainly disturb the aerodynamics around your helmet, too. It's not very pleasant to have a broken windscreen. That's a shame for Don Whittington, who was putting on a pretty good show there for a relative rookie to this extremely dodgy drafting procedure. There's Buddy Baker, car number 1, being closely followed by Richard Petty, 43. A car that we all know pretty well by now.
Buddy Baker is running 6.
The lead car draft picking up to like a 9 and 10 car draft. Dale Earnhardt just trailing behind Richard Petty there.
We have
catching up on him.
We have another broken windshield. Number 17, Glenn Jarrett's windshield is broken. Once again, you're with Terry Labonte in car number 44. He is running in 4th position. There he is, right up there with the leaders, waving. See the sign that says, "Hi, Justin"? That's for his 1-week-old son, who is back in Texas watching this race today.
You could put all sorts of messages on there, couldn't you? Please send help, refreshments or anything else. You can see his rev counter there, glued at just over between 7,000 and 8,000 RPM. 8,000 being the last figure there, and it's running at about, what, 7,600 RPM. And our camera can zoom right in on him.
How's that for a 190-mile-per-hour ride?
And you can see that as he goes into that corner, he loses about 500 RPM. Now, that's not because he's lifting off. That's just tire scrub as these cars go into the turn.
Well, you're right there with the leader, number 44, Terry Labonte, who's running with the leaders in 4th place. And now we're looking at the back. Checking him as they go down the back straight line.
Buddy Baker right behind him, and right behind him is Richard Petty. He pulls away a bit as he goes into the turn.
Get around some traffic.
He still has a 9-second lead, and with only 7 laps to go. They aren't winding him in at all. They're making no appreciable ground on him at all. Jody Ridley pulling into the pits, number 90.
Crowd
in 7th spot.
Just can't believe this one. It looked like it was going to be Allison's almost all day, but in the last moments, it was in the very last lap in 1979 when Bobby Allison, Donnie Allison, Cale Yarborough, remember it was Bobby and Cale that were involved. Donnie pulled around. Well, now this time, it's been Bobby and Richard right toward the finish, and it's been the pit crews that have made the difference. 5 laps to go next time by.
I'm not counting the fact that Richard Petty has won this race yet, because there are 5 laps to go and no race is won until the checkered flag is dropped. But if he does win, it'll be absolutely unbelievable, because the Bobby Allison Pontiac has been the strongest car all month, and it was clearly the strongest car in this race so far, having led 117 laps.
Petty comes across the line. We're checking on that interval back to the 2nd place car at the last, Allison. Interval stands at 8 7/10 of a second. 8.7 laps running down. Working the 196 right now.
And Buddy Baker and Dale Earnhardt, for some reason or other, have dropped right off the pace. And it looks like young Ricky Rudd could finish up a very strong 3rd in this race.
Be a great race for the Gardner brothers.
Richard Petty sitting in there, looking unconcerned in that close-up shot, but just look how high he gets in the middle of turn 3 and 4 there. Nobody runs closer to the wall than Richard Petty.
No one uses the tri-oval like Richard Petty. He likes to pass there. Oh, there's the signal. Harold Kinder putting out the marker to Richard Petty. 4 to go.
Into turn 1. Again, runs through turn 1, goes in low, comes right up high.
There's Allison running in 2nd. Interval staying now at about 8 5/10 of a second. There's Petty out in front. Richard Petty and his crew. Interval comes down and shrinks a little to 7 6/10 of a second. 7.6 now the interval. Allison is going all out to try and catch Petty.
Absolutely willing that car on at this stage in the game. Foot pressed, absolutely mashed to the floor. We heard Lenny Pond say he couldn't run more than 5 laps wide open around here. You can rest assured that both Richard Petty and Bobby Allison are going around this track absolutely full throttle all the way. And whoever's got the best chassis setup is getting through these turns best, losing less speed and pulling down the straights faster.
There's Bobby Allison trying for his 62nd career win in this Daytona 500. Looking up from under as we look at the interval another time. It's down to 6 9/10 of a second between 43 and 28, the 2nd place car. There you see Rutherford, who's running back in 12th. Richard Petty going for his 193rd career win in Grand National Racing. And still to come. There's Allison coming to the line as we check that interval another time. It continues to shrink, getting closer all the time. It's now 6.5 seconds, but time is running out. A brilliant maneuver by Dale Inman and Maurice Petty may have given their cousin and brother, respectively, this Daytona 500.
Well, a lot of it depends on the driver, too. Richard must have said to them, don't change the right side tires. He must have told them not to change them. He was happy with the way it was set up, and that's what he told them to do, and they didn't, and they did a 6.8 second pit stop, and that's what's given him this race. It looks like he's going to win by about 6.5 seconds.
White flag coming up. 1 lap to go for Richard Petty, who looks like he's on his way to his 193rd career win. I'll tell you, I want to be there the day he wins 200. The crowd up on their feet. One of the most beloved race drivers in the history of the sport. Going down at a